everybody. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Jenna.
And you're listening to the Alternative Study Break on blastgrowerradio.com. Today we're here with a very special guest, Joel from This Century. So how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
Better now that you're here.
Yeah.
I'm better now that I'm on the phone with you guys.
Sweet.
All right.
So starting this fall, you're going to be on tour, the acoustic tour with headlined by Nick Santino, called The Long and Winding Road Show. That's going to be touring across the U.S. and into Canada. What are you looking forward to on this tour? Since like the last time you were on tour was supporting We the Kings.
Yeah, I think just being on tour in general. We haven't gotten to tour for a while. We kind of got forced into a little bit of a break over the summer. So, and when you're used to touring, you kind of you get pretty antsy after you're home for like a month or so. And then it's like, all right, I need to get back out. So I think I'm just excited to just be on the road again. And of course, meeting new fans and old fans, and it's all good. I mean, it's what we love to do, so it'll be nice to just get back out on the road.
Awesome. So you're going to be playing acoustic on this tour like you have in the past. Do you prefer to play acoustic sets or regular sets during shows?
They're such different things that it's kind of hard to choose one or the other. I'm kind of a sucker for acoustic music, so there's part of me that really enjoys doing the acoustic thing, but there seems to be a time and place for like the full band thing, because it's just a completely different vibe. We're very high energy when we do the full band thing. It's very loud and jumpy, and I don't know if those are good adjectives to explain it, but yeah. And then the acoustic thing is just completely different. It's very intimate, and we like to strip down the songs and kind of do things a little differently. So I think it's going to be fitting for fall. Acoustic feels like fall feels like you're supposed to do acoustic, right? Does that seem pretty accurate?
Yeah, definitely.
It's chill in the
it's like
fall.
the changing of colors of the leaves, and yeah, it just fits.
I definitely agree. I think it's really cool that you're doing an acoustic show, considering, you come off like the summer and you have like Vans Warped Tour and all these big shows, and it's very high energy, and then it is kind of nice going into something that's a lot, calmer, and you can, just really enjoy the music. So.
Yeah, and I think it's cool too to just do an acoustic thing every now and then, just to give fans a different, just kind of show them a different side of us and what we do.
Sweet. So we heard that you've been writing some music during the summer. Will we be seeing any new music coming soon?
Hopefully, yeah. It's kind of been at kind of like a standstill because of I ended up having to do like a vocal cord surgery over the summer, and so we started our new record actually probably January of this year, and then kind of had to put that on hold. So all that's really left to do is track vocals. So we're going to try and get some vocals done before we leave on tour. We'll just see. It just kind of depends on how the voice wants to cooperate. So we'll kind of see. But we're hoping to get something out, before the end of this year, or at the very least maybe be playing something new on this tour. So, yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome. I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, same.
Thank you. No, everything was good, and the doctor he's a rock star, so he did a great job, and it's just recovery. It's longer than you would want, especially when you use your voice a lot. It's a very interesting process, but everything is going great, so.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Cool.
So when you write music, where do you get most of your inspiration from?
I think it just kind of depends. Different records, our first record, we it was a lot of relational kind of stuff, and I think that's probably the road that we took with our second record as well. Biography of Heartbreak. I mean, it's in the title. It's for the most part relational, and it. I mean, it doesn't center just on boy-girl relationship, but it for the most part does. So it's a lot of life experiences and just kind of what we're going through at the time. At that particular time with that record, Sean and I had both gotten out of pretty serious relationships, so that's kind of where we pulled from, and that was fueling the writing process. But with this new record that is yet to be released, I think it's a little more, I don't know, I guess you would call it introspective or self-reflective maybe. It's not so focused on, relationships and that kind of stuff. It's more like an analysis of self. So I think it'll be interesting because it's kind of a road untraveled for us for the most part. I mean, it's going to be kind of a side that people haven't necessarily seen that much of.
Awesome. So is this one record going to be a little more serious, you think?
It's always hard to tell because, I thought that the last one was going to be kind of pretty serious. And then, we get through the whole studio and we finish everything up, and it ends up sounding, it's a pretty cheery sounding record for the most part. It's very upbeat. So it's kind of hard to tell until the songs are completely done. I don't think it's going to be serious in the sound, but I think maybe the lyrical content is going to be a little more serious, in some parts. We still have our, fun, whatever, flirty songs, but they're definitely, you got to have them, right? I mean,
yeah.
Exactly.
What do they call those club bangers? I think it's called like a club banger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what the kids are saying these days? Club banger.
Club banger. You know what? I'll start saying it. I like that.
We gotta have the club bangers.
Yeah.
But yeah. Some of the lyrical content is a little. I guess it's a little darker. Yeah.
That's really cool.
And it shows that you're maturing, so that's always really cool. So.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of old guys now, I guess.
No, never.
So now that you're on the new label 8123, what's it been like, working with members like the Maine and just being on like a smaller label?
Well, it's been we've been with 8123 for a while. It's been since we released like our EP called To Love and Back EP, I think. So we've kind of been with them for most of our careers, but there was kind of this whole, I don't know, the Maine and the Century, we both signed to Warner Brothers, and we kind of both went through similar experiences with the whole major label thing. And so it's been kind of, 8123 is kind of almost acted now as a record label in a sense, and we're doing it independently, and it's amazing. I mean, it's first of all, 8123 it's a bunch of friends. It's Tim Kirch and Tanner and a bunch of great people there. And there's, of course, the Maine, and Pat is very involved in everything 8123. So it's really cool because, we get to do whatever we want. It's not like we're butting heads with some record label A&R and arguing over who's going to mix this song. It's just like kind of like silly things like that. And so it's really cool. There's a lot of freedom in it, and just being able to record whenever we want. I mean, there's a studio there now, so it's really cool. They're always pushing to kind of help out the artists and make things as easy for us as possible. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's tough coming from like a big label to then going to something more like a lot smaller and more independent. So it's pretty cool that that 8123 did start, and that stuff like that happens with big labels like all the time. And now that you have a lot more freedom, it's a lot. I think a lot better music has come out of it. Not just your band, but a lot of other bands.
I would agree. I mean, I've seen from both, my band and from the main that being off of record labels, that it's just a completely different product than what you would get, having the whole major label record filter. I mean, I've seen some pretty cool stuff coming from the main with their last few records, and I know that I wouldn't have heard that had they still been on Warner Bros. It's probably the same thing with us, especially this new record that we've got coming out. It's things that we would probably not have made the cut, and we would have had to, argue with the record label. So it'll be cool.
Oh, we're definitely looking forward to it, for sure. Yeah.
So, what direction do you think that music is heading towards, and do you see your band following in that direction?
I see it going in one direction. Sorry, that's terrible.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
And we all enjoy cheesy jokes once in a while.
It's a joke, but it's kind of true. It's kind of that. I see music kind of going, it just depends on what genre you're talking about. If we're talking about stuff that's on the radio, no, we will not be continuing down that road. Biography of Heartbreak, I think, kind of had that radio-friendly sound. But I don't think that this record is going to be, it's not going to be so much in that realm. And that's okay. I mean, we kind of just were like, let's just write whatever we would want to hear. And, at the time when we did Biography of Heartbreak, that's what we wanted to do. But now, we've kind of, I guess, like you said, matured a little bit, and our taste in music has changed. So it won't be, the top 40 directions. But I think music is kind of headed down. I'm never too bitter about where music is going. I think it's exciting because technology is now so available to us that anyone can record. So, creativity is expressing yourself creatively, especially as a musician, is a lot easier because you can just get your laptop and record a song, with your Mac, and that's really cool. Years back, maybe a couple decades back, you had to go to a studio and pay someone who knew how to record and do it that way. So I think that it's exciting in that sense, but there are, of course, other aspects that aren't as cool that are kind of a bummer, like auto-tune artists.
Right.
But whatever.
That's really cool. All right, so since you are about to go on tour, you have to share with us, what is your best and worst tour memory?
Best and worst tour memory. Okay. Well, probably my best tour memory. It's weird. I just answered this question in some other interview. Best tour memory is probably when we went to it was our first trip to the Philippines, and this was our first trip overseas in general. So this was a pretty big deal for us, and we had been working pretty hard for a while to kind of build hype over there, and one of our songs has been getting spins on the radio. So when we finally got over there, it was pretty incredible. I mean, it was just, seeing fans from halfway around the world who were singing along. I mean, there were a couple thousand kids at the show, and
wow.
And we got to hear our song playing on the radio, and it was crazy. I mean, it was really surreal, and so that's something that's always kind of stuck with me, and I don't think I'll really ever forget it. It was pretty special, and it was also kind of like a kind of validated our whole approach to music, and just kind of showed us that we're doing the right thing and we should keep at it. Yeah, it was cool.
Aww.
Worst tour memory is probably, the last tour I was on with Nick Santino. We did, it was like a co-headliner kind of thing last year, and we just had some pretty bad luck on that tour. And specifically, Nick and I, there was one day in Chicago, we had a day off, and we were staying with some family of mine. And so Nick and I were like, all right, we're going to detach we're just going to take the van into Chicago. And it was like probably like 45 minutes away. But it started snowing.
Ooh.
And so, like, I'm like, Nick, you can drive because I've never driven in snow. So anyways, we're on the way to Chicago. We're like, this is going to be great. And we start sliding out on the freeway.
Oh, no.
The van starts going left and right, and Nick was well, he said some expletives that I won't repeat, but it was really, it's really funny to think about now, but in the moment, I think we both thought we were gonna die because it was, scary. Yeah, we ended up like sliding to the left into like the freeway median, and fortunately there were no cars around, so that was a bummer. That was a pretty big bummer. So then we turned around and we decided not to go to Chicago. Instead, we went to some Mexican restaurant and we had margaritas because we both decided we really needed to drink after that. So.
Yeah, that's on that though, that was. I would want to go get drinks after that.
It was pretty funny, and we were just laughing at the fact that we're sitting there during a snowstorm inside this Mexican restaurant, eating Southwestern food in a snowstorm. Yeah.
Oh man.
Good stuff.
That was an awesome story.
Yeah, I liked it. That was funny.
Thanks.
Well,
that really concludes our interview. But before you go, if you could just do us one favor and just say, hey, it's Joel from This Century, and just to keep it locked on blacksquirrelradio.com. And
okay.
end it at that. So whenever you're ready.
Again?
Just say, this is Joel from This Century. Keep it locked on blacksquirrelradio.com.
Keep it locked?
Yeah.
On Black Squirrel?
Yeah, radio.com. That's what we're on right now.
What we broadcast from.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like Black Squirrel as in like Squirrel the animal?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure like I'm getting it right. Okay. Cool. Am I good to do?
Yep. Whenever you're ready.
Hey, it's Joel from This Century. Keep it locked on blacksquirrelradio.com. Is that right?
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank
you
Let me do it one more time.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Very confidently. Okay. Hey, it's Joel from This Century. Keep it locked on blacksquirrelradio.com.
Awesome. Even better the second time.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for the interview.
Oh, you're very welcome. And everyone who's listening, don't forget to check out the Long and Winding Roadshow with Nick Santino of The Century, and also with Brian Key, Austin Gibbs, and William Beckett will be at a few dates. But the one that's in our area, which is at Lakewood at the Halls on November 12th, William Beckett will be there. And so it's going to be a good time. Hope everyone can make it. And thank you again, Joel. So.
Yeah, thank you.
And have a good day.
Have a good one.
All right, you guys too.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't want you to know